Good evening and welcome to Marian University for our coverage here on the ISC Sports Network of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Women's Lacrosse Tournament Semifinals. In town tonight, the 4-seed Bethel Knights taking on the regular season champs, the top seed, and the number 7 team in the country, the Knights of Marian. My name is Rick Johnston. We're coming to you live from Ascension St. Vincent Field, and the Knights are trying to run their win streak to 10-0 and get a bid into Saturday night's WHAC Tournament Championship Contest. All of the top seeds have advanced, with number 3 seed Lawrence Tech demolishing 6 seed Aquinas 20-1. Bethel defeated Madonna 13-10 earlier this week, Tuesday night. And they're on the Lawrence Tech on the road tonight, taking on 2 seed Indiana Tech. Marian and Tech each receiving byes here into the semifinals. Last year, Marian fell in this round to Indiana Tech. They're trying to get one step better here in 2026. Their last game was last Saturday against this Bethel crew in Mishawaka on the road. It was all Knights. They won 15-3 after allowing opening goals in the first and second quarter in both of those opening stanzas. The Knights came through and scored 5 in a row to lead 10-2 at the half and didn't look back. As we mentioned, Bethel defeated 5 seed Madonna 13-10 on Tuesday night. Ruby Mason, the leader in draw controls for the Knights with 37 on the campaign, finds her normal spot inside the circle. We're underway here from Marian University. And an early draw control win there for the Knights. She takes that one from Mackenzie Holland, who's 2 when it comes to draw controls on the year for Bethel. Pilots in the road blue jerseys with white numbers, and the Knights in the home jerseys, white colors and white skirts with the blue numbers as well. Here's Esbady Montez, who's had a breakout sophomore season, one of a bevy of all-conference picks named by the WHAC earlier this week. Montez on the second team with a handful of her teammates as well. And a good number of first-team all-WHAC selections as well for the top-seeded Knights. Here's Riley Bozeman, junior, back-to-back second-team pick, right in front, and a turn and dunk for Ruby Mason off the feed from Bozeman.
Knights, number 7, Ruby Mason.
Mason had just 1 goal against Bethel last Saturday, but comes in second on the team in tallies. Beautiful feed right in the slot there from Bozeman. Nice off-ball cut there from Mason, slipping away from the defender. And Bozeman collects her 6th assist of the year. That's Mason's 29th score. So after it was the Pilots that struck first in both the first and second quarter, well, these teams met a week ago, or last Saturday. Here it's Marian striking first. They have not lost to Bethel in their program's history, going 12-0 and averaging 17 goals per contest against the Knights. Wins of 17-3 and 15-3 for Marian here in 2026 against Bethel. Familiar foes, not just in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, but they're also members of the Crossroads League, so Bethel and Marian see plenty of each other throughout the entire year. Montez at the controls after another draw control here for Ruby Mason. Knights working behind, goal line extended. This is Talea Newell. Senior has burst onto the scene here. A senior has burst onto the scene here this year. Second team all-WHAC pick named a couple of days ago. Here's the all-time point producer in Marian history, Ella Grace Geed. Stops and starts, knifes her way through the defense, tries to take it herself, but there's Maddie Reel for her first save of the evening. Reel also on a second-team all-conference pick, and she'll have her work cut out for her tonight against this high-octane Marian offense. Bethel trying to clear for the first time tonight. Here's Ella Tomasma. Into the attacking area of the field for the Pilots. They couldn't get the ground ball. There's Anaya Williams. And the first team all Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference pick trying to get the clear here after the cost turnover. Williams loses her footing. And a green card has been issued here to Bethel's Kira Dominic. First green card here of the night issued to either team.
Green card issued to the Pilots. Number 24, Kyra Dominic.
There'll be a 1-minute green card here to Dominic, 5'1" midfielder out of Skinny Atlas, New York. Transferred in from the Onondaga Community College here to Bethel. Power play opportunity here for Marian as they go woman up for the first time here tonight. Alex Dean. Shovel pass behind goal line extended to Newell, who goes to the far wing. Quick pass in front. Going to the top shelf is Delaney Colas. And it's 2-0 Marian.
Gold Knights, number 21, Delaney Colas.
The Knights go from goal line extended, then a quick pop pass right there to Colas. Looked like it was Mason from the wing, and it was. Quickly got it out of her stick. Actually make it Bozeman. So the first two tallies assisted by Riley Bozeman, a talented junior from Columbus, Indiana. Colas, a classmate as well. She's on the board for the 21st time this season. The goal scorers second and third on Marian this year have struck here to give the Knights a 2-0 lead, with Mason and now Colas following. Top goal scorer, no surprise there, the top point producer in program history, Ella Grace Geed. So 2-zip Knights out of the chute. An illegal procedure on the draw against Marian allows Bethel to carry the ball into the attacking end of the field for the first time here tonight. Mackenzie Holland, senior, stayed local from Mishawaka, right where Bethel's located. Tomasma on the edge, with the Knights giving her plenty of space. 3 minutes into this WHAC tournament semifinal, the winner goes on to the championship game. They'll play for the automatic bid to the NAI National Tournament coming up Saturday night. Tomasma running through the entire Marian defense, lost it before she could get a shot away. And Anaya Jones scoops it up here for the Knights. Sophomore netminder in her first season here at Marian leads the Knights in ground balls. Geed, no pressure. She jogs into the attacking end, and another successful clear here for Marian. Colas cutting right in front of the goal. Will carry behind goal line extended as Marian sets up in the half field. Alex Dean at the point, looking for help and popping out as that outlet is Williams. Williams, the freshman defender, trying to create with that left hand. Forced to roll back here with Mackenzie Holland, poking at her every move. Dean now trying to deal with Holland. Left-hand pass. Geed turns and rips right in front. And it's 3-0 Knights almost 4 minutes into this semifinal.
Number 24, Ella Grace Geed from Alex Dean.
So Geed gets her 30th goal of the year, turns and rips from less than 15 yards out in front of the goal, and not much Real can do when Geed has that much time and room to let her rip.
Pilots is number 9, Kelsey Smith for Brinkle and Sally. For the Knights, it's number 19, Skylar O'Leary. And Riley Bozeman returns.
Skylar O'Leary making her first appearance here of the night for Marian, the 5'5" freshman from Carmel who missed almost a month and a half of the season. Played against number 1 Benedictine on this field, the defending national champs, then didn't return to the lineup until that Saturday matchup against Bethel a little over a week ago. Another green card has been issued here to Bethel to go against Mackenzie Holland.
Green card issued to the Pilots, number 23, Mackenzie Holland.
That might have been an offside there against Bethel, so the top seed Knights go woman up for the second time here tonight. Pass in front, turning and going to the top corner is Riley Bozeman.
Gold Knights, number 17, Riley Bozeman from Allison Sissel.
So Bozeman assisted on the first goals, took a break on the third, and tallies her first one here, her 10th of her junior year. As Sissel was there for the assist. First assist of the sophomore year for Allison Sissel. And the Knights have taken 5 shots. All have been on goal. 4 have found the back of the net. And exactly what back-to-back WHAC Coach of the Year Allie Stork-Sneed would want to see out of her top-seeded Knights here this evening. Our officials tonight, by the way, Elizabeth Demara, Ryan King, and Matt Salih. Another draw control win there for Mason. Only time the Knights have not won a draw here tonight was on that illegal procedure a couple of moments ago. Newell operating on the far wing. Here's Bozeman. Already 3 first-quarter points, 2 helpers and a goal. Anaya Williams working to a more attack position for the freshman defender here in this semifinal matchup. Mason has it at X, trying to find a teammate cutting here. Gets that screen from Skylar O'Leary, playing in her 2nd game after missing almost a month and a half. Williams around a screen, turns the corner, then it's stripped from behind by Kelsey Smith. It looks like a card, or a free position shot is going to be awarded here to Anaya Williams after the attempt there from Smith. So they'll move it outside of the 8-meter fan, and just a simple restart here in the half field for Marian. Sissel around the Williams pick. Bozeman to that strong right hand. Finds the cutter from behind, goal line extended. Couldn't let a shot go. That was O'Leary cutting her way in from X. And Sissel pops onto the ground ball here for Marian. Back to even strength after the power play opportunity there for Marian. Bozeman dancing. Little 2-woman game with her and Geed. Geed didn't get the catch clean and then tried to feed it off to Newell. Coming out of the goal is Real. The netminder for Bethel scoops it up, and the Pilots look to clear with 9 minutes remaining here in the opening stanza. Bethel with 1 shot here so far tonight, and that one was easy work for Anaya Jones, the goalie for Marian. Real sends a long one all the way across midfield, and it'll be Sissel to pick it up here for the Knights. Gets bumped twice, a 3rd time. Ball pops free near midfield. And then taking a big tumble there was P.J. Pearson for Bethel. Ground ball, property of Ruby Mason, and here come the Knights the other way, trying to build on that 4-0 advantage. Geed right in the center of everything here for Marian. Bozeman gives it back to her as the Knights is patiently working it around the perimeter. Sissel operating. Takes the Williams screen. Sissel, the 5'7" sophomore. Finds a cutter in O'Leary. Pass got deflected down. Mason picks it up right on goal line extended. Finds a cutter right in front. Bozeman had the ball fall out of her cross before she could let that left-handed shot go. And Haley Janetsky has the GB here for the Pilots. Korzaneski with 2 Knights hot on her heels right in front of her own bench. Lost it, caught clean out of the air by Bozeman. Knights don't have numbers. We'll see how aggressive Geed wants to get here with 7 and change remaining in the opening stanza. This is where Marian's season got tripped up in this round of the league tournament a year ago, trying to move to the championship game Saturday night. A good start here, 4-0 here in the first. Newell backing it out for the top seed Knights. Williams using that speed, turns the corner, lets a shot go, but it's picked cleanly out of the air by Real. Second nice save today for Maddie Real, both coming on that stick side hip. Dropping the long pass was Dominic. Twirls and loses it. The Knights are putting clamps, and their ride has been perfect here to start here against Bethel. Pilots now 0 for 5 when it comes to clearing here this evening. Key to the left point as the Knights bring it on fresh legs and Esbady Montez. Newell on the right wing, off to Alex Dean, a back-to-back first team all WHAC pick both last season and this season as a junior. Bozeman It's been the fire starter for the offense here. Gets it back to Newell. And a free position shot has been awarded here to Riley Bozeman and Marian. Bozeman 1 for 5 on free position shots here this season. Not a great angle for the right-hander. Bozeman coming from that right side of the field. Bounced it. Turned away by Reel. Newell picks it up just in front of the crease. Tried to thread the needle out front to Dean. Deflected away, but Bozeman with another ground ball here for Marian. Gee dishing in front. Montez, quick pass. This is Dean. Turns. Tried to go high to low, and it's backed up by Ruby Mason. Tight quarter passing there from Geed. Almost able to find Alex Dean for another tally. Montez blew a tire, trying to go to the roll dodge. A 2-on-1 advantage for Bethel at the initial ground ball opportunity, but then Montez puts her nose in there and comes out of the scrum with it for the Knights. Dean stopping, throwing back to Geed. Nice face dodge, goes in high to low, and Ella Grace Geed scores unassisted for her second tally tonight.
Nice. Number 24, Ella Grace Geed.
So look at Geed going right through the middle of that Bethel defense, high to low, beating Maddie Reel.
On for the Knights, number 21, Nicholas. Number 16, Claudine Parisi. Timeout on the field, Bethel.
Bethel is taking a timeout with 4:52 remaining here in the opening quarter. All top-seeded Knights as they lead Bethel 5-0. You're watching Marian Women's Lacrosse in the WHAC Tournament here on the ISC Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Some say you have to choose between reaching for Mars or harnessing more energy from a star. Going faster than the speed of sound versus bringing clean water from out of the ground. We say, why not both? The choice, then, is Marian University's Whitcher School of Engineering. Discover success with purpose. Learn more at marian.edu/engineering.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle. Like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
Some people getting some extra tennis work here late in the season for the Marian Knights, the women's tennis team champions of the Crossroads League. So they'll be making their way to the national tournament coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Their counterparts here on the women's lacrosse side of things trying to make their way to the national tournament. They're having a really strong year a year ago, but coming up just short, as we mentioned, losing to Indiana Tech 14-13 in this round, the semifinals of the conference tournament a season ago. But a good start here for Marian. 5-0 the lead, just shy of 5 to go. A little less than 5 to go in the opening quarter, I should say. Knights have put 10 of their 9 shots on goal. And the other big key tonight, we've talked about how great throughout the season, how great Marian's defense is. They're holding their opponents to less than 10 goals per game. They've held Bethel to just 3 each time they played during the regular season, but so far the Marian ride has been impeccable. Bethel 0 of 5 on clear attempts here tonight. They do get their second draw control tonight, thanks to Mackenzie Holland. Second team all-conference pick. Second on the squad when it comes to draw controls, but she's taken every one of them tonight for those in blue. Salee on the edge. High pass, trying to make the one-handed catch was Dominic. On the outside of the offensive end was Coles, and she'll pick it up. And off the turnover, here comes Marian trying to add to that 5-zip lead. Geed gets it from Montez. And she'll wait for help as we approach 4 to go. Tried to feed the middle, and Coles led her too much and intercepted here by Sonia King. Pilots force just the second Marian turnover tonight. That's Claudine Parisi making her first appearance of the night and picks up the ground ball. She'll keep it here in the Marian offensive end. Bozeman running away from a double team. Geed being marked by Kylie Cara. Kylie Cara, excuse me. All Knights out of the chute. Scored less than a minute into this one after giving up the opening goals of the first and second quarter. These two teams met back a little over a week ago, almost a week ago. In that contest up in Mishawaka, the Knights scored 5 in a row after those opening tallies from the Pilots. They led 10-2 at the break. Halfway to that 10-goal margin here in the first, and now they're 4 from that as it's Coles getting her second goal of the opening stanza.
Knights, number 21, Delaney Coles from Tulane.
Newell on the feed, little lollipop pass up, and Coles high to low with some heat. Good off-ball cut, and that's the Knights have been doing all night here tonight so far. 19th assist for Newell on the year. Coles getting her second goal of the night. The Knights have scored on 6 of their 10 shots on goal. Winners of 9 in a row, 2 of those being forfeits from Aquinas. And the Knights' last loss over a month ago against Indiana Tech. Almost at the end of the opening period up there in Fort Wayne, Indiana Tech leads Lawrence Tech 6-4. Another draw control win here for the Knights. And it's Alex Dean controlling things here for the top seed Marian. 3 to go in the opening quarter, all Marian, the top seed, against 4 seed Bethel. Porisi behind goal line extended. Sissel and Newell in tight quarters. Now Newell accelerating with that off left hand. Her feeding pass knocked down, intended for Coles. And in a bunch of traffic, it's Dominic that has the loose change here for Bethel. Lost it twice, got it back the first time. Will need some help to get it back the second time. She won't, as Coles is right on top of it here as the shot clock resets to a full 90. Knights have been living here in the offensive end of this opening quarter. Geed on the feed, and Alex Dean puts it home.
Knights, Alex Dean from Ella Grace Geed.
Dean with her 19th goal of her junior year, her first one tonight. Geed on the helper. Her 3rd point of the opening stanza. A pair of the first team all-conference picks for Marian here in 2026. You see the shot clock counting down there. Remember, the new rule this year is teams have 30 seconds to get set up for the draw after a goal, so that's why you see the shot clock winding after our officials have inspected the goal scorer's stick. Bozeman to take this draw control. Actually make it Coles, excuse me, there inside the circle. Bozeman comes in to get the ground ball. So Mason won 4 of the first 5 or 6 here in the contest tonight. Coles has stepped in and gotten the last 2 for Marian. Here's O'Leary, talented freshman that missed a month and a half of the year. Can she be a late offensive charge here as the Knights get into postseason play? She had 2 goals in her return last week against this Bethel crew. Williams stopping and starting. Trying to find an edge and a step here against Bethel. Takes a big shove from behind by Salee. Bozeman back to her with some room to work on the edge. Shoved down from behind with a cross check there from the Bethel defender. And a free position is going to be awarded here to Anaya Williams. It was Sonia King, the one that shoved her down. And here's the free position here for Anaya Williams. She's 0 for 3 here in her freshman season. Second one tonight for Marian. This one goes wide, and Bethel backs it up.
1 minute.
As we hit the final minute here of the opening quarter that the Knights have dominated from the start. Salida clear. Playing the patient game there against Coles. Her netminder Reel comes out to help her as an outlet. Remember, unlike in the men's game, no clock to get it across midfield. And so Reel can take all the time, well, not all the time she wants. She does have the shot clock to worry about. That's at 63 seconds. But some of the subtle changes between the men's and women's game, if you're watching those, as postseason play ramping up all across college lacrosse. Now it's Coles trying to pounce on Reel. Reel running in the wrong direction with 9 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Reel trying to hold on to it and guarantee possession for Bethel to start the second stanza. Coles trying to make her give it up. And a good effort there from Maddie Reel to keep that ball in her cross and keep possession for Bethel. But after 15 minutes here from Marian University, the top seed Knights all over 4-seed Bethel, leading the Pilots 7-0 here in the WHAC Tournament Semifinals. We're back with quarter number 2 next here on the ISC Sports Network.
When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Whoa! Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.75% APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
A nice day here for the last day of April. 59 degrees at opening draw tonight here from the west side of Indy. And the home team top seed Marian on top 7-0 here against the 4-seed Bethel. Stats all going the way of the Knights, outshooting Bethel 13-1, including 11-1 in shots on goal. But the two other real staggering stats beside the big difference in shots, Bethel's turned it over 7 times to Marian's 3. Credit to the stingy Marian defense. And Bethel's been unsuccessful in every clear tonight, 0 for 6, whereas Marian has been a perfect 3 of 3. I mentioned the out-of-town scoreboard. 2-seed Indiana Tech hosting 3-seed Lawrence Tech. They're just underway in the second quarter up in Fort Wayne, and it's 2-seed Indiana Tech leading Lawrence Tech 6-4. If Marian wins, they host the winner of that game Saturday night. If Bethel wins, they would go on the road to take on the winner of LTU and Indiana Tech. As we start the second quarter, Bethel having a discussion with one of our officials, and the Pilots will start with the ball just inside their attacking area thanks to the hard work from Maddie Reel. There are just almost 30 seconds left to go on the shot clock, so Bethel cannot take a lot of time here. Good pressure on the ride. It's Olivia Dean with the strip from behind, trying to double team the Bethel Pilot, and help from O'Leary, who picks up the ground ball, and another failed clear here for Bethel, now 0 of 7 as we're just underway here in the second stanza. Bozeman with Dominic defending her. Knights spinning around the dial and go behind goal line extended. Parisi. Seeing extended time here at the end of the second, or the end of the first quarter, and starting here in the second. Dean gives way to Montez. Flips to Bozeman in the weave. Off-ball cutters have been impeccable tonight here for Marian. Knights trying to find an open alley here. Coles and O'Leary play catch behind goal line extended and now get Mason involved in the fun. Mason, little sidearm pass, wanted Coles, couldn't find her. Backed up by Parisi. She's marked by Kara. No pressure on O'Leary behind goal line extended. As Mason running things through X, now steps in, splits two defenders, trying to go low to low, it's missed, and O'Leary backs it up for Marian. Shot clock down to single digits. O'Leary in front. Real intercepted the pass, so it'll be a shot clock violation. And the Pilots will try to get their first successful clear here of the night. So the Knights fan out, no one pressuring the netminder Real. Same thing happened the last time Bethel tried to clear. Real has had that stick up, and then it was Coles that peeled off to apply pressure. Now it's O'Leary. Forces the low pass. And another unsuccessful clear for Bethel. This time it's Mason picking it up after the poor offering from the keeper Real. Just underway here in the second quarter. All Marian leading 7-0. That's a score that we had at the end of our opening frame. Dean to the cutting Bozeman, tried to go stick side, punched away by Real. Mason picks it up and it stays here with Marian with a little over 60 to get a shot away. Montez out in front, Bozeman to the offhand, to the upper 90, and it's 8-0 for Marian.
Knights. Number 17, Riley Bozeman.
Look at Bozeman catching it with a strong right hand, switching to the left and pinging the upper 90 off the feed from Montez. Second tally of the night for Bozeman. She has got 4 points to go with a couple of helpers. You can see Allie Storksneed back-to-back Conference Coach of the Year in her 6th season as the boss here of the Knights, her 8th season overall on the Marian sidelines. Mason back in the draw circle, can't get this one as help there from Holland. So Holland took the majority of the draws early, comes out and helps on the edge of the draw circle. Bethel with their first offensive possession here in the second quarter. This is Ella Vick. Brooklyn Salee couldn't watch it in. And scooped up by Jada Taylor, who's been fighting injuries since the Benedictine game back in March. Played a couple of moments here on Senior Day, making her return to real game action here today. Numbers the other way for Marian. O'Leary was right on the doorstep, tried to dunk it around Real, who had to catch it in tight quarters. And it's backed up by the youngster O'Leary, who tried to get her first goal of the night. Good to see the Knights pushing it there in transition. Geed on the field for the first time here in the second quarter. Goal line extended in Newell. Tight pass and then a quick stick attempt went wide from Mason. Passes at about Ruby's knees, almost able to put that one home. O'Leary with another backup, lost her defender, tried to put it home, but it goes off the outside of the net. Geed with the ground ball, keeps it here with Marian, less than 11 to play before intermission. Goal line extended. And a 3-second violation called against the Pilots. That'll set up Marian for an 8-meter shot. It'll be taken by Ella Grace Geed. Korzaneski was the one that was too far away from her opponent. So here's Geed, 7 of 12 from the 8-meter this season. And now 8 for 13, buzzing that one right by the tower.
Night, number 24, Ella Grace Geed.
Geed zipping that one right over the shoulder of Reel. Perfectly placed from Geed, and she's got a first half hat trick. All-American a year ago. Has been a first-team all-conference pick every year she's been here at Marian, all 4 of them. Senior from right here in Indianapolis. Had a decorated high school career at Bishop Chatard High School, and it's continued here at the collegiate level for the all-time point producer in Marian women's lacrosse history. You can see Mason directing traffic there with Anaya Williams. Illegal procedure on Mason, and the draw control goes the way of the Pilots. Marian out-shooting Bethel still by a healthy margin, 20-1, as the Pilots have yet to take a shot here in quarter number 2. They'll have to wait for that there as Geed able to knife the ball away right at midfield. O'Leary was there, applying pressure as well. And the Knights set things up here in the half field. Newell on the edge. The Marian defense and the Marian ride have been absolutely suffocating here in this semifinal. Rolling back to the left hand, O'Leary's shot was deflected on the way there. And it's picked up by Reel inside the crease. Bethel senior, a second-team all-conference selection earlier this week. It'll be Sonia King trying to clear here for Bethel. Her pass knocked down, intercepted, and picked up off the turf by Dean. The deflection was Ruby's Mason. She gets it here right in front. Nobody home, so she knows exactly what to do with it. To the top shelf for Ruby Mason.
Night, number 7, Ruby Mason. From Alex Dean.
Turnover near midfield. Dean eludes the defender, and then Mason has kept cutting to the goal. Looked to see where everybody was. Nobody home, and she burns it right past Maddie Reel. Assist number 2 of the night for Alex Dean. Ruby Mason gets goal number 2. Take a break with Bethel taking the timeout here. 8:45 left to go in the first half. All top-seeded Knights here on ISC in the WHAC semifinals.
We jumped in immediately. We take an intro to engineering course.
And they sit there and tell you, we're not going to push you through every single prereq your first 2 years. We're going to let you get hands-on work with engineering right away, because 2 years of a prereq, that's boring.
A lot to celebrate for those young ladies. Number 7 team in the country, the top seed in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, the Marian Knights. Won the outright 2026 conference title this year after sharing it a year ago with Indiana Tech and Lawrence Tech. Third regular season title in program history, and their first outright WHAC regular season championship. Bethel trying to find something here against one of the top defenses in the country. Again, just one shot here for Bethel this evening. That came all the way back in the opening quarter. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard of the other semifinal. Big second quarter right now for 3-seed Lawrence Tech. They've outscored Indiana Tech 5-0 in the second and have taken a 9-6 lead just past the halfway point up there in Fort Wayne. If the score holds here, Marian would host the conference championship game Saturday night here on this field. It'll be a big day coming up this weekend with commencement occurring this weekend here at Marian. So that's the 6 o'clock start time with commencement happening earlier in the afternoon. Bozeman unable to get that draw control on the ground ball. It's Holland who shows off her wheels here for Bethel. Second team all WHAC was the senior this year out of Mishawaka. And can Bethel find that elusive first shot here in the second quarter? Dominic dances and peels it outside to Salih. Stepping through traffic. Holland had a couple dodges in there, lost it, but able to get it back. Vick, crossfield to the wide open Dominic. Sidesteps her way around Snethen. Up top, Holland. Split dodge to her left hand, now backs out after the pressure from Jada Taylor. Senior seeing her first significant minutes since the middle of March. Skip pass up top, Holland tried to work her way through the defense. Good recovery there from Taylor. Behind goal line extended. Salih goes, and the save turning it away, Anaya Jones. Bethel backing it up behind goal line extended. Turning it over here, but quick to scoop it up is Dominic. Finds Holland, who keeps prodding her way through that Marian defense, just cannot find her way when she gets about 8-10 yards away from the goal. That's where the Marian defense slams the door. Deasia Jackson guarding things behind goal line extended here for the Knights, 28 in white. Pass thrown behind there by Bethel. Squirts free towards the end line. Last touched by the Pilots, and another turnover there for Bethel, their 13th here of the opening half, and Marian will set up the clear. Jones pressured from Salih. Uncorks a long pass and finds Anaya Williams on the dot. And here's Geed. Another clear in the books here for Marian. Perfect in that category tonight, 5 for 5. Williams from straight away, and now Bozeman. 4 first half points for Bozeman. And an offside here against Bethel, and another opportunity to go woman up is Marian. And the green card goes against Katie Korzaneski.
Green card issued to the Pilots, number 21, Katie Korzaneski.
So 6:27 remaining in the first. The Knights go back on the power play. Sissel with a first quarter assist on her scorecard tonight. Wide open. Newell throws it off the outside of the cage. Engel was smothered up quick as she tried to go in there with the left hand. Long pass from Reeld. Took a secondary hop. Found Megan Williams. Bethel trying to work the numbers forward. Could not. Then Jones quick out of that crease to scoop up the ground ball and sends it right back to the other end here for Marian. Still a woman up are the Knights for about 30 seconds or so after the 1-minute green card there against Korzaneski. Williams didn't look it in as she was on the edge. Pressure coming from Kelsey Smith. Korzaneski back to her feet, ready to join the fray. And we are back to even strength here with 5:20 and counting here in the second quarter. Newell trying to thread it through traffic, knocked down. Able to pick it back up with 45 on the shot clock. Williams trying to create from the edge. Freshman defender, no goals, 2 assists in her rookie year. Lost it, Mason found it. Backs it outside on the edge of the critical scoring area. This is Talea Newell. Second team all-conference selection here in her senior year. Runs from X, wide open, tried to go high to high, but there to smother it up was Real. See, Newell lost her defender And then guessing and going high to high was real nicely done. But the ride provides another turnover here for Marian. Bethel still is yet to successfully clear a ball tonight as Anaya Williams tried to go to the far post but missed. Backed up by O'Leary as Marian resets as we approach the 4-minute mark here of the second quarter. Williams takes the Bozeman screen, lost it, but a cross check will be called here against Bethel. And Williams slow to get back to her feet. Williams, 5'2" freshman from here in Indianapolis. And she will take the free position shot after the cross check from Vick. Knights 1 for 3 on free positions tonight, and now 1 for 4 as Real stops that one at the shoe tops. But another violation as you get a look at the 8-meter shot from Williams. Green card has been issued here against Korzaneski.
Green card issued to the Pilots. Number 21, Katie Korzaneski.
Her second one tonight, so with 3:22 left here in the second quarter, Marian will go up on the power play once again. Quick restart. O'Leary tried to throw it between her legs as she lost her footing. Real helps her back up. And it'll be Ella Vick and Bethel once again trying to clear. 0 for 8 in that category tonight. Real uncorks a long one all the way to the other end of the field. Able to scoop that one up as P.J. Pearson. And Bethel has their first successful clear of the night with Smith stepping into the attacking area. That possession short-lived, tried to find the cutting Pearson. And here comes Montez and Marian the other way. Mason showed a pass, and now she might have numbers if she can find the cutting Coles in from the box. Instead, Mason wisely stomps on the brakes, and the Knights go to work with 2.5 remaining before half. And another card's going to be issued here against Bethel, it looks like. It's going to go against Dominic. Another green card here against the Pilots.
Green card issues to the Pilots, number 24, Kyra Dominic.
So Kyra Dominic, midfielder from Skinny Atlas, New York. Beautiful lake community there in the Empire State. Trying to thread the needle was Newell, knocked down. And Bethel comes away with the turnover. Salee with Olivia Dean all over her hip. Vick wanted to go crossfield to Williams as the Pilots still trying to work the clear here with 2 and change remaining in the second stanza. High pass, and right there to scoop it up is Montez for Marian. The 17th turnover of the night here for the Bethel Pilots. Bozeman takes it inside that critical scoring area. Nice feed on the backside, but making the stop was Maddie Reel on an absolute rip from Newell. .90 seconds left to go here in the second. Nice looking feed there to the backside there for the Knights. Reel drops it right over the outstretched Marian stick. Bethel trying to get that second clear of the night. Violation called against the Knights, and the Pilots get clear number 2 on the docket. Tomasma carrying it in to the edge, and Kelsey Smith. In front, weaving her way through, and another stop is Anaya Jones on the Dominic attempt. Third save of the night for Jones as the Knights turn it over, and they have their first unsuccessful clear of the evening. Dominic turns, shot from range blocked, and keeping it out of the goal was Anaya Jones. Pilots were that close to getting their first goal of the night. 30 seconds left. And Marian will look to push here, as we're back to even strength. Remember, it's only between the first and second and third and fourth quarters, where if you hold possession at the end of the stanza, you get it at the start of the next quarter. So with 14 seconds left, the Knights with a good ride there, and here's Coles. Has Dean to her right. Coles in traffic, found Dean, pushed from behind. That should be a free position inside the critical scoring area, and will stop the clock with 2.6 seconds remaining in the second. Knights have not scored here for 9 minutes, so it's going up 10-0. So Alex Dean with the free position shot. They add a little over 2 seconds back onto the clock. Knights 1 for 4 on the 8-meter tonight. Dean charges right through the middle of the Bethel defense and goes up stairs to make it 11-0 right at the end of the first half horn.
Number 6, Alex Dean.
Take a look at Dean right here, right to the top of the crease, and she beats Real Stick side for her second goal of the night. And the Knights take an 11-0 lead to halftime, trying to punch their ticket to the championship game Saturday night. Halftime coming up next here on the ISC Sports Network.
There's companies always asking for students with shop experience, and the dean will email me and say, hey, they're looking for a guy just like you, which is awesome that the dean knows who a guy like me is.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.75% APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
Getting an internship here has been much easier than I anticipated. My friends at bigger schools are telling me, well, I need to live, close to this city so I can work for this company. Well, I'm already close to the city. I live here.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Picturesque night, a little bit cool here at Marian University. We've had things in the 80s. Our opening draw temperature tonight, 59 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, but nothing is slowing down the red-hot top-seeded Marian Knights, leading Bethel 11-0 here in this Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference semifinal matchup. The winner gets the winner of Indiana Tech and Lawrence Tech. That game going on up at Indiana Tech in Fort Wayne, and a dominant second quarter for the visitors of Lawrence Tech. The 3-seed outscores 2-seed Indiana Tech 10-0 in the second quarter, and the Blue Devils of LTU lead 14-6 at halftime up in Fort Wayne as they try to get their way back to the WHAC tournament championship game. They'll be played at the highest remaining seed here on Saturday night. First half stats, Marian dominated every one of them. They held Bethel to just one shot in the opening quarter. They outshoot them 28-4 in the first half here tonight, 21-4 in shots on goal. And the clears and turnovers, the other big stats of the night as well. Marian 7 of 7 on the clear. Bethel just 2 for 11. And turnovers, a bunch of them tonight for Bethel, 17 to Marian's 7. Other individual scores on the night. All the goals obviously coming from Marian with his 11-0 score. First half hat trick for Ella Grace Geed. She had 4 points to go with an assist. Riley Bozeman, 2 goals and 2 assists. Alex Dean, 2 goals and 2 assists for the top point producers tonight for Marian. 2 tallies for Ruby Mason. She's also had 4 draw controls as well to lead the way for the top seed in Knights. A couple of tallies for Delaney Coles, and Talea Newell has an assist, as well as Beatty Montez with 1 helper, as well as see some of the happy fans here at Marian. Fan club for Beatty Montez cheering her on here this evening. We'll take a break, come back with our first half highlights. All top seed Marian, 11-0 here at recess on ISC.
This story is mad good.
Ice Spice? Who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
This is intense.
But I love you.
Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
Hey, grab me one too.
To see the success that we've had around here has been very, very rewarding for me. My name is Steve Downing. I'm athletic director. We've been able to build buildings. We've been able to put up video boards. We've been able to build locker rooms, dining halls here. And I think a lot of that speaks to the M Club itself. You know, people are really excited about what we're doing here. We haven't had to sacrifice anything for our athletes, okay, in terms of clothing them, feeding them, or traveling them to events. And we've done it in a first-class way, and I'm really excited about what that means for the M Club itself.
These teams met almost a week ago. Bethel scored the first goals of both the first and second quarter. Tonight, it was all Marian scoring less than a minute in. Ruby Mason found Bozeman for that one. There's Ella Grace Geed with one of her 3 first-half goals on a free position shot. This was beautiful transition offense. Nobody home. Mason sidearm to the top shelf. And a couple of saves, 4 of them from Anaya Jones in that opening half. There's one right there, turning away Kira Dominic. And another one as well that came from distance. And this one just almost went in, but just getting a piece of it off the pipe is Anaya Jones to keep this thing scoreless for Bethel. Then right before the horn, the free position shot for Alex Dean as the Knights go 2 for 5 on the 8-meter here from the west side of Indianapolis. A look at beautiful downtown Indianapolis, the sports capital of the world, it seems like every other week. Getting ready for the biggest month of the year, the month of May, coming up tomorrow. Marian trying to end the month of April on a high note, lead 11-0. Getting ready for the second half next with a date coming up in the conference championship game coming up on Saturday. If they can be victorious tonight, we'll see what happens in the second half. Coming up next here on ISC.
Some say you have to choose between reaching for Mars or harnessing more energy from a star. Going faster than the speed of sound versus bringing clean water from out of the ground. We say, why not both? The choice then is Marian University's Whitcher School of Engineering. Discover success with purpose. Learn more at marian.edu/engineering.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle, like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Whoa! Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
Merchants Bank is one of the nation's top performing banks. Take our fixed rate CD, for example. At 4.75% APY, it's a great way to earn a higher interest rate than you do with a traditional savings account. Merchants Bank makes it simple. What you see is what you get. A great rate. No gimmicks, no minimums, no hidden fees. Merchants Bank, one of the nation's top performing banks. Hop on over.
Happy Marian fans here at Ascension St. Vincent Field. Their team is 6-1 on the home turf this year, trying to move that to 7-0 as they lead 11-0 here at halftime against 4-seed Bethel. Pilots with a 5-8 overall record. Marian 11-3. Their 3 losses this year to the Times second-ranked University of the Cumberlands, the defending national champions Benedictine, who are still the #1 team in the country. That's their lone home loss this year. And the other loss for the Knights this season was at Indiana Tech back on March 18th. That was Marian's last loss. They have won 9 in a row, including 2 by forfeit. As Marissa Bardo now in the goal here for Marian, is get a look at junior Riley Bozeman. Back-to-back second-team all-conference picks. Last year as a sophomore, this year as a junior. One of 2 Knights with 4 points in that opening half, 2 goals and 2 assists. Sophomore Allison Sissel to take the draw here for Marian. She has 3 draw controls here in her second year. PJ Pearson, a sophomore from British Columbia, Canada, on the other side here for Bethel. And with Marian ahead by 10-plus goals here in the second half, we will be in a running clock situation. If Bethel can get the deficit below 10, we'll go back to our regular clock rules here for the rest of regulation tonight. Bozeman on the draw control help, and she'll deal off to Montez as the Knights win their 7th draw of the night as the setting sun creeping out from behind the clouds here in Indianapolis. Parisi. Claudine Parisi getting the start here in the second half, and she has it here at the bottom of your screen for Marian. Around the Geed screen. Back out to EGG. Geed. A little bit of room. Said it goes back to the left hand. Tried to feed it in front. Deflected down. Swept away and picked up here by Bethel. And here come the Knights, or come the Pilots the other way, excuse me, after the Knight turnover. King tried to throw across field. And coming all the way back to help out her mates is Tomasa. Tomasa with the head of steam, weaving between 2 different Marian defenders, but then threw it behind her intended target in Dominic. And a violation against the Pilots, and Marian's going to get it back a little over a minute in here to the third. Here's Samantha Jones taking it in for Marian, freshman from Evansville, the southern part of Indiana. Knights have been very patient, just working the ball around the perimeter since they went up 10-0 and around the 9-minute mark of that second quarter. Here's an attack here from the Knights, stick to stick high. Bozeman turned away here by Reel. Reel uncorks a dot. Almost making the one-handed catch there was Pearson. She couldn't haul it in, so Jada Taylor scoops up the loose change. Taylor was a midfielder for her first 3 years here at Marian, then switched to a defender role this year. Coming back from injury. Played a couple of moments on senior day here a few weeks ago, but her last real game action before tonight was in that loss to defending national champs Benedictine back on March 12th. Newell directing traffic from X. Throws it in front, wide open, and putting it home is Allison Sissel.
Knights, number 10, Allison Sissel.
Sissel able to elude a couple of defenders. Newell with that strong left hand fired a perfect pass right in the slot. And Marian goes up by a dozen. See Newell drawing a couple of different defenders. Sissel wisely cuts off ball and goes high to low with it. First goal of the night for the sophomore Sissel. See Mason getting some much needed rest there on the sideline, congratulating Sissel on her 9th goal of the campaign. The 5'10" Holland has made life difficult here for Marian if they, on those draws, when they get the ball outside of the two draw takers, but this one scooped up by Montez. Again, with Marian ahead by 10-plus goals. We've gone to a running clock situation here in this second half. Tournament semifinal round here at the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. This is where Marian was knocked off by Indiana Tech last year and did not receive an at-large bid to the national tournament. Parisi draws the violation against Bethel, and she'll have an 8-meter shot coming up here for the top seed Knights. It's Vic, the guilty party. Marian went 2 for 5 on the 8-meter in the first half. Claudine tried to go 5-hole, Reel there to stop it. Outlet to Vic. She's got one of the top midfielders in the country, Alex Dean, pestering her. Tomasma trying to get a step here on Jones. As Tomasma carries it into the attacking end for Bethel. Their first offensive possession here in the second half. Pass thrown behind the intended target. Now Dominic dances in front. This one stopped by Marissa Bardo. The senior from Indy made a lot of big saves against Lawrence Tech here on Senior Day a couple of weeks ago, and just makes a nice one here to start. Then a beautiful long-range pass out to Geed. Mason back to Geed. And then Mason cuts in front. Geed found her right on the doorstep, and Mason pushed it wide. Williams cutting in from up top. Taken down on the shot. Reel with the save. And we play on here from Ascension St. Vincent Field. Pearson on the edge. Taylor hounding her. Thrown cross field, off target, intercepted by Montez. Now the Knights give it away for the 9th time tonight. And a violation there against Marian, and Bethel already setting up the clear with a head of steam. Salih to Tomasma. Holland looking to create here for Bethel. Eluded the first defender, but can't get away from the speedy Jada Taylor. Tomasma from straight away here for Bethel. 4 seed in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference on the road tonight at top seed Marian, who's also the 7th ranked team in the country. Dominic a feed out front, and the whistle blows on a cross check before the shot could get turned loose from Pearson. Here comes an 8-meter for Bethel for the first time tonight. It'll be Kira Dominic. Dominic this year 0 for 8 on the 8-meter. Charges in, turned away by Bardo. And then as Jones tried to clear, and she's going to draw a card, it looks like, here against Bethel. On the cross check there from PJ Pearson, sophomore from British Columbia, Canada.
Green card issued to the Pilots, number 19, P.J. Pearson.
So 1 minute green card to Pearson comes to the 7:49 mark of the third quarter. The Knights have been a perfect 8 for 8 on clear attempts here tonight. Bethel, meanwhile, just 3 for 13. Kircher, trail check from Smith. 3-on-1 advantage here for Bethel. Can they get the ground ball just shy of midfield? Dominic tried to scoop and scamper. Was unsuccessful in vacuuming it up, and here's Montez with a slow jog to the attacking end for Marian. Almost a handcuff catch for Dean, able to catch it off or get the bounce off the turf. Mason, split dodge to her left hand. Flips it off to Dean. Or to Geed, excuse me. Dean took that pass there from Geed, wasn't ready for it, but no pressure. Knights on the power play for about 30 more seconds. Pass goes through the middle of the attacking end for Marian, backed up by Newell. Lefty with a couple of helpers tonight, now switching to her right hand. Tried to thread it in front. Wanted Montez, and it was deflected away from behind. Real turns and fires it out towards midfield here for Bethel. Deasia Jackson trying to scoop it up for the Knights. And here comes Holland, who's been great in picking up ground balls here tonight for Bethel. Pilots charging in. Holland goes, and Bardo stoned her. Excellent save by Marissa Bardo. We're back to even strength after the green card's been released from Pearson, or by Pearson, as we hit the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter. Again, running clock situation with Marian ahead by 10 plus. Newell tried to turn the corner. Good recovery there by the Bethel defense. Dean to the cutting Williams in front. Knocked down and picked up by Newell. Newell lost it, able to retrieve it. And Newell now makes her move. Whistle blows. And a 3-second violation against the Bethel defense. Sets up the 8-meter here for either Dean or Geed. Then it'll be Geed to take it. Knights 0 for 1 on free positions here in the third. Kicked away nicely by Reel, but picked up by O'Leary, and she puts it in the back of the net. So you see Geed on the 8-meter, kicked away by Reel, but O'Leary right there and scores with the left hand to the far post. Splendidly done by Skylar O'Leary. Missed over a month of the season before returning last Saturday. Had 2 goals against this Bethel bunch. And gets her first one of the night here, but is a young lady who's got a lot of promise here for Marian going forward, the talented freshman from nearby Carmel. An illegal procedure against Marian before the draw. We'll give Bethel the draw control here as we dip below 4 to play in the third stanza. Lawrence Tech still leading Indiana Tech 14-6 in our other WHAC semifinal tonight. That's the 3 seed over the hosting 2 seed. Smith behind goal line extended. Trying to create here against Deasia Jackson. Threw it up high. Trying to quick stick it home was Dominic. Lost it before she could let that shot go. Williams dealing with a couple of pilots on that far side of the field. And a card's going to be issued here against Bethel. And the guilty party, it's a green card. It'll be Ella Vick making the long jog from the far side of the field. The 3 and change remaining here in the third. Marian trying to pitch the shutout after holding Bethel to 3 goals in both matchups this season. Bad pass, Bozeman able to pick it up. And the Knights still perfect on the clear here tonight, 10 for 10. Here's Sissel with 2 points tonight, a goal and an assist. The crafty lefty in Newell. Porisi. Bozeman trying to thread it to the doorstep in Coles. Smacked back and able to pick up that loose ball. 40 on the shot clock as Marian works behind goal line extended. Bethel trying to force Williams to her left hand. Porisi behind GLE. Bozeman, pressure from behind. Coles turns the corner. Delayed call against Bethel. And a free position shot's going to be awarded here to Marian. Coles has it. Dominic called for the violation here against Bethel. Marian 2 for 7 on the 8 meters tonight. They try to go low once again. Real looking that way the whole time. Real has stood her ground against a bevy of free position shots here tonight against top seed Marian. Long pass scooped up by Samantha Jones. Checked out of her cross. Good ride from Ella Tomasma of Bethel. First unsuccessful clear for Marian here this evening. Tomasma being hounded by the sophomore Olivia Dean. The back-to-back WHAC Defensive Player of the Year. Just the 3rd player in conference history is Olivia Dean to repeat with that honor. Dominic, pass in front, stopping, starting, Pearson. Might have gotten deflected on the way there, picking up the ball, Bardo. Looping it forward to Coles with 45 seconds remaining in the third. Coles waiting for reinforcements, finds Bozeman, who's the fire starter for the offense back in that opening quarter. Knights scored less than a minute into this semifinal and have not looked back since, leading by a baker's dozen. Montez fresh out of the substitution box. And Montez wisely will hold on to this one, knowing that she holds onto the ball here. At the end of the third quarter, the Knights will start with it to start the fourth, and that's exactly what the top seed will do. They'll have 41 seconds on the shot clock. 15 minutes separate Marian from a date in Saturday night's Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. And the Knights currently lead by a baker's dozen here on the ISC Sports Network.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Out-of-town scoreboard, 3 minutes and change remaining in the third quarter in Fort Wayne. 3-seed Lawrence Tech leads 2-seed Indiana Tech 16-6, as the Blue Devils have outscored Indiana Tech 12-0 So trailing 6-4 at the end of one. Right now looking like Marian, the top seed, will host that conference tournament championship game against, looks right now, Lawrence Tech, coming up here Saturday night at 6 p.m. Sissel and O'Leary, the two goal scorers for Marian in that third quarter. Special thanks to our officiating crew here tonight, Elizabeth Demara, Ryan King, and Matt Salih. Great article this week in the Indianapolis Star about the different high school organizations, both on the boys and girls side, trying to grow the sport of lacrosse. The IHSAA, the official governing body of Indiana high school sports, has deemed girls lacrosse an emerging sport. That was named earlier here in the school year. So the IHSAA keeping their eyes on girls lacrosse as it grows throughout the state of Indiana. Marian here in the Circle City, along with Butler, two prominent women's lacrosse programs at the collegiate level. And the Professional Outdoor League in its first full season of action this year, alongside the Professional Outdoor Men's League, the PLL. You can watch all that on streaming services throughout the summer. The sport of lacrosse really booming here, both at the high school, collegiate, and obviously, as we just mentioned, the professional level as well. It'll also be making its way to the Olympics in 2028 as Newell goes to the top shelf and finds the back of the net for her first goal of the night.
Nice! Number 14, Talea Newell.
As Talea Newell off the feed from O'Leary. And look at Newell. Big time reaction, and then she and O'Leary really celebrate together. Newell, her 20th goal of the year. O'Leary with the helper. And again, O'Leary making her way back into the lineup after missing significant time. She might be kind of like a secret weapon here for Marian in the postseason. To finish that thought, we mentioned lacrosse will be in the Olympics. It'll be much different. It'll be fairly different than what you see here. It'll be sixes, so it'll be 6-on-6 instead of the full field version you see at the collegiate level and during the professional PLL and WPLL as well. So sixes coming to the Olympics in LA in 2028. As they make their returns, lacrosse makes its return to the Olympics and for being an Olympic sport back in the early 19th century. Stopped here. And a card is going to be issued here to Bethel's Megan Williams. Be a green card, here against Williams.
Green card issued to the Pilots. Number 14, Megan Williams.
And so Newell starts with it behind goal line extended. Back on the power play go the Knights. Their offense has been humming tonight with 37 shots to just Bethel's 8. Geed slips one in front to Coles, falling away. Another one kicked away by Reel. Reel making her 16th save of the night. And to the outlet here comes Dominic. Dominic, shortest player on the field, kicks it to the far side, and Smith. First offensive possession of the fourth quarter here for Bethel. Smith operating things from X. Backup netminder Bardo trying to act as an extra defender out there for Marian. Dominic weaving through defenders, dealing off to Holland. Holland back to the left hand. A teammate fell down in the middle of the field. Nice move from Dominic, shot it wide, but a wonderful sidestep there from Kira Dominic to step to that strong right hand and let a shot go. Montez up to Alex Dean. Who then finds Sissel. Less than 12 to play here in regulation time as the Knights lead 14-0. Geed eluding trouble. And Montez slows it down here for Marian. Knights have been very patient here on the offensive end after getting really free with a lot of their cutters for that 7-0 lead after the opening frame. Sissel pressured here from Williams. Delayed call in the field as Sissel gets bumped twice. And a free position shot's going to be awarded here to Allison Sissel. See the push there from Salih, and that had that delayed call there, and a 8-meter coming up here for Sissel from the left side. Allison 2 for 3 from the 8-meter this season. Steps in, lets it rip, bounces it. And it's backed up here by the Knights. Rio came off the line, tried to intercept the pass from O'Leary, who got sandwiched. That'll stop the clock with a card of the green variety on a cross-check here against Megan Williams, her second green card tonight.
Green card issued to the Pilots, number 14, Megan Williams.
So the cross-check there against Williams, sophomore from Goshen, Indiana, transferred in from Lewis University. The leader in goals this year for the Pilots from that defender position. But it's been all Marian on the score sheet today, leading by 14. Knights go back on the power play here. Geed finds the loose change. Wide open teammate out front is Sissel, and she goes to the top shelf for her second goal of the night.
Knights, number 10, Allison Sissel.
That spot of the field has been open all night here for Marian, and the Knights have just let her rip from that spot of the field. Geed with her second assist, Sissel with her second goal. High five there from her head coach, Allie Stork-Sneed. Sissel, the sophomore, smiling to someone up in the stands. As Addison Marsh breakdancing on the sidelines there for Marian. Mason back to take another draw here for the Knights as the sun creeping out here on a final night of April here in downtown Indy. There's Grace Kircher, second team all-conference defender as the sophomore this year. Knights win that draw. As Coles finds the cutting Mason. And now the Knights press the issue forward here, the offensive end once again. Montez prodding, Janetsky defends. To the edge, here's O'Leary showing off the speed. Thought about rolling back to that right hand and now retreats back behind goal line extended. Mason running the offense from up top. Little two-woman game there. Dean bouncing it in off the feed from Mason. Nicely done as Alex Dean picks up her second hat trick in as many games.
Goal Knights, number 6, Alex Dean. From number 7, Ruby Mason.
Good placement there from Alex Dean. And with the graduation of Geed and the rest of these, and Mason and the rest of the talented senior class, you expect a lot on the shoulders of that young lady, Alex Dean, coming up next season, heading into her senior campaign. Has 21 goals here in her junior year. Get back-to-back first team all Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference nods. And she scored on 3 of the 4 shots she's taken tonight. Mason trying to get another draw control here. She was electric to start. Bethel's found their rhythm inside the draw circle here, but it's scooped up by Mason. And the Knights will jog to the offensive end with 7 minutes remaining here in the final stanza. Mason quarterback in the offense from up top. As Geed and Alex Dean getting a much-needed breather here on the sideline. As they're 6.5 minutes away from securing that championship bid Saturday night. High-to-high shot from Porizi is read by Reel. Rips an outlet out near midfield, overthrows everybody. Then Olivia Dean shows off the wheels, scoops it up. And here comes Marian back the other way. Bozeman to Mason. Over 20 different all-conference nominations between the first two teams, major awards, Coach of the Year, and academic nods as well for the top seed Knights. Card coming out here against Bethel. And that'll be the third one against Megan Williams here in this fourth quarter.
Green card issued to the Pilots, number 14, Megan Williams.
All green cards tonight here against the Pilots, none of the yellow variety, and that's where, for an individual player, that's starting. Those are where you start to be careful. Too many of those, and you'll be excused from the rest of the proceedings. So a 1-minute power play here for Marian with less than 5.5 to go here in regulation. Knights led 7-0 at the end of one, scored less than a minute in, and have not looked back here against 4-seed Bethel, trying to remain undefeated against the Pilots all-time in program history. Williams pops out just ahead of goal line extended. Loses her footing going for the ground ball in the quarter. Was she helped down? She was on a trip from the Pilots. And Marian restarts from the end line. Porizi being defended by Dominic. High pass right on GLE, hauled in by O'Leary. Working with that left hand, goes to the far wing and Williams. They've got Sissel open up top, steps in, thought about a shot from range. As we're back to even strength with Jordan Bailey out in front. O'Leary with a face dodge, and she retreats behind goal line extended X with 15 on the shot clock. And a 3-second violation called against Bethel. That'll set up a free position here for Marian and Skylar O'Leary. She'll take it from the left side of the 8-meter fan. 1 for 2 is O'Leary this year on the free position. Charges, shooting the whole way and puts her home.
Knights, number 19, Skylar O'Leary.
O'Leary charging in, took a little bit of a bump right there. See the delayed call from our official Ryan King. But O'Leary pops back up to her feet. Playing in her second game back in the lineup after playing the first 3 games of the year. Taking a look at that left side of the leg after taking a hard tumble. And good to see O'Leary back out there for Marian. Was a real key cog, scoring a couple of goals in her first 3 collegiate games and then suffered that injury after the Benedictine game or during the Benedictine game. Then made a return to the lineup last Saturday against this Bethel team. Her offensive pop as Sissel gets the draw control here from Marian can be a real difference maker, not only in the championship game Saturday night, but also in the national tournament as well. A real bright future for 19 and white, Skylar O'Leary. 2.5 left to go here from Ascension St. Vincent Field. Marian will host that championship game coming up Saturday night against Lawrence Tech. It looks like 9 minutes left to play in Fort Wayne, and the 3-seed Blue Devils leading 2-seed Indiana Tech 16-6. As the Blue Devil defense has put the clamps on Indiana Tech's offense. As Indiana Tech scored 6 goals in the first, nothing since. We'll have that game for you coming up Saturday night, 6 o'clock. Our opening draw here. See who will punch their ticket to the national tournament as Ella Grace Geed back out there. Finds the cutting Bozeman, had to go off the cross, and she'll have to dump it back to O'Leary with a little bit of pressure here, helped by Korzaneski. Final 90 seconds left to play here from Marian University tonight. Sissel looking to attack with 90 seconds left to play. And an 8-meter shot coming up here for Sissel. It'll be the 11th free position shot of the night here for Marian. A dangerous play there from Brooklyn Salee. Sissel 2 goals tonight, steps and kicked away by Rio.
1 minute remaining.
And a minute left to go as Newell restarts from the end line here for Marian. They led 11-0 at the half. And we've been in a running clock situation since our second half began. Bozeman can back it out. And the Knights don't have to take a shot here, about 8 seconds with the game clock ahead of the shot clock here in the fourth. So the Knights trying to pitch the shutout here against Bethel, 25 seconds away from doing that. And more importantly, punching their ticket to the conference tournament championship game coming up here Saturday night. Bozeman sandwiched hard in a double team. And a green card. Yep, green card coming here against Janetsky. Her first.
Green card issued to the Pilots, number 4, Haley Janetsky.
And so a 12-second power play here for the Knights. And the Knights, after getting knocked out in last year's WHAC tournament semifinal against Indiana Tech, will not only win the semifinal this year, but they'll get to host the championship game here Saturday night against what looks to be Lawrence Tech, as they just went up 17-6. But the Knights put together an impressive showing tonight, blanking Bethel 17-0 and remaining undefeated all time against the Pilots. The Knights run their win streak to 10 games in a row. A couple of hat tricks tonight from Ella Grace Geed and Alex Dean. Both those young ladies finish with 5 points on the night. 4 for Riley Bozeman and 3 for Talea Newell. Special thanks to our great crew headed up by our director, Jordan Shue. We'll be back here Saturday night for the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game. The top seed Marian against either Lawrence Tech or Indiana Tech. We'll have opening draw for you here on the ISC Sports Network at 6 o'clock Saturday night. Final score here for Marian. Knights win 17-0. They're on to the championship game. We'll see you Saturday night. This has been a presentation of Marian Women's Lacrosse on the ISC Sports Network.